What is up, YouTube? Here we are again with another update for another deck. This is an update for the Steelswarm deck. It's a lot better now, smoother. I'm sorry we're not as rich, everybody, to have a new deck every week, but I think the only thing we can do is update and keep updating until we just form an entirely new deck. But here we go, starting off with the monsters.
Alright guys, first of all we have what we started off with last time. We have two Steelswarm Scouts. Again, Treeborn of this mierda. Yeah, pretty much it. It's there to tribute.
You have to run it.
We have three Steelswarm cells. You can special summon this card from your hand when you control no monsters. It doesn't matter if your opponent controls any. Yeah. Alright. And now we got three Steelswarm Collars. It's just like, so you have like a poker or something. If you tribute him for a Steelswarm, you get to special summon another one from your deck, level 4 or lower. So if you haven't gotten the Scout yet with like Foolish Burial 1-for-1, you get him. We have two Steelswarm Gatekeeper. You use him to like, I don't know, defense I guess. He has 19 defense, so he stays on the field for a bit. Then if he's face up on the field while the monster's tributed, you can normal summon again. It's not, you don't use it as much for the effect as you use it for the defense.
To stall.
Yeah. And I found out that this deck is like extremely shitty because you have no way to protect yourself if your shit goes away. So it's gonna sound dumb, but I run 3 Battle Faders. And I mean, they don't really get in the way unless you're stuck with this guy in your hand, then they do get in the way. But once you have the Scout in the grave, it's okay, because this is just another line of defense, and you can
You don't need to run it back.
yeah, I don't really run a backfield, so
For a scout to keep on coming back.
yeah. So yeah, they're okay. Helps out a lot. It's nice to like see your opponent, see you have an open field, and they're like trying to get as much monsters out as they can, try to OTK you, then
With their monsters.
and then Battle Fader. And yeah. Now for the tribute monsters, we have 3 Steelswarm Gearstag. You can tribute summon him with 1 monster if you use a Steelswarm monster. And his effect, when he's tribute summoned, you can send 1 card into the grave, send, not destroy, so he gets around a lot of shit, and gain 1,000 life points. So that's a double plus right there. This is like my favorite card of the whole deck.
You have to run it.
We got 3 Steelswarm Moths. 6-star, so you don't always have to use the effect of the monsters. You could always use them as beat sticks. You could use a Battle Fader for this guy. But
I use my beat stick every night, so and that works out for me.
His effect, when he's summoned, pay 1,000 life points, and you can send 2 cards your opponent controls to his hand, and it's up to 2 cards. They don't have to have 2. You can just use 1. But yeah. We have 1 Steelswarm Mantis, right out of Dual Terminal 5. When he's summoned, you can pay 1,000 life points, special summon a Steelswarm from your grave. It doesn't matter which one. So yeah, that's nice. It's like tributing for 2 monsters. But yeah, he's okay. I only run 1 of these because they could get stuck in your hand, and honestly, I've only summoned them like twice, but it's good for a lure. when he's tribute summoned by tributing 2 Steelswarm, you get to either destroy all face down trap cards, or actually all spells or magics. I mean, spells or traps.
Destroy all monsters on the field except this card, or destroy all spell and trap cards on the field.
Yeah, that guy.
Steelswarm Cockastag.
Yeah. And well, yeah, either use it for that or for another thing I'm gonna show you guys right now.
Another thing I use every night is my Cockastag, and that works out every night.
Because you don't run a backfield, and Gorge is extremely sick in this deck.
Also a fiend, so it matches the piece of shit.
1 Dark Creator. I'm sure you guys don't know what this does. I just use it to like special summon shit, tribute for the thing I special summon, or just beat shit up. one Darkness Neosphere. This card I found on the League Network, and yeah, it's pretty sick. When one of your monsters is targeted for an attack, you can send one fiend you control and one fiend from your hand to special summon from your hand. It's 4,000 attack, and for some strange reason, it can't be destroyed by battle. You'd be surprised how much times that effect comes in handy. This one guy had 5-headed out on me, and I was like, special summon. He was like, attack, and I was like, no. But yeah. And then for our spells, we have one Foolish Burial, and use that to get the scout into the grave. A 1-for-1, also for the scout.
Or sell if you already use up your scouts.
Yeah. A Book of Moon, because Book of Moon is cool. A creature swap for either the Battle Fader or like the scout, or the cell or something weak. 2 enemy controllers for the enemy. Yeah.
For the enemy controlling.
And you can tribute your battle faders and like take over the shit, then like tribute theirs, and like you just get rid of the monsters like that. This card, extremely broken in this deck, Recurring Nightmare. I used to run 1, but it was too good, so I had to run 2. This card is like a play all on its own. Just get 2 monsters from your grave with 0 defense. And pretty much all the Steelswarms have 0 defense except for the Gatekeeper. So yeah, that's cool.
That's cool.
For some drop power, Allure of Darkness, Lightning Vortex, and a lot of people have told me not to run this card because it's a -1, but
Who gives a shit?
yeah, it's not always about plussing. This card could do some like major damage. A Heavy Storm, and 2 MSTs, those are staples. A Dark Hole and a Monster Born, also staples. And Torrential and a Mirror Force. And I don't know where my extra deck is right now, but I have a Utopia there. And that's it.
Because in this deck, there's no tuners.
Yeah.
That's everything. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe.